Okay, we're on the draw. But it's a decent hand. If we draw a single land, then it's a good hand. So we'll keep it. We'll keep it and we'll try it. Up against Mono Red, he has the Commando. I think that's an excellent card. So far, we're not too thrilled with our draw. The Frontliner's good. But we don't need 1-drops right now. We need 3-drops or lands. That's good. Now we're very happy with everything we've drawn. So let's play a Lord. And we'll pass the turn. Gotta stabilize the board a little bit against opponent before we worry too much about getting damage in. We'd way rather trade with the Recruitment Officer than the Veteran. And that's why we didn't attack. So now, how do we feel? I think a double spell is more powerful than Siege Veteran here. Yes, Siege Veteran's good, but it gives him a great target. If we attack with Valiant Veteran, he's less incentivized to kill it, and we don't want it to die, because it is a Lord and very, very valuable. So we'll play, after combat, 2 creatures. Now our play is clear. If we hit a land, we slam Myrel. Beautiful, beautiful. Opponent stuck on 1 land. Kept a greedy hand. It's being punished hard. Not a great game to start at the very beginning of the season. Opponent just gets absolutely land screwed. But at the same time, kind of his fault for being a red player and keeping 1 land, right? Only a red player is going to say, no, I could make this 1 land work. I got 3 1-drops in my hand. I could do 1 thing per turn. Ooh. GG. Let's see. No play today. We'll keep it on the draw. It's just fine anyways. We draw a land. That's a good draw. Needed a 3rd one of those. Opponent, when you see 4 colors, some sort of domain jank. Let's attack first. If he casts anything. Decides to take it. I imagine it's Go for Throat, but it could be cut down. Go for Throat it was. Lay down arms. Everything is a plains. No, not this. Some sort of domain control stuff going on. Going with some cool jank. I respect it. We're going to do the highest upside. It's the riskiest play, because if opponent has a depopulate or any kind of board wipe, that's going to be very painful. But highest upside in the sense that if he doesn't, we're going to smash him next turn. And it looks like he doesn't, but a single removal still saves himself 3 damage. Was hoping for a land there. Let's play Survivor. So far, everything's been exiled. We'll attack with both. See what he has. You're a go, my friend. I'm tapped out. You got a thing. Now's the time. Bro, why? I gotta say, that's one thing I was happening a lot less at high Mythic, 95% Mythic, whatever it finished at. People weren't roping you for nothing. You know, they knew what they were doing, they were playing the game. This guy has no valid reason to start roping. It's low platinum, like, what, you got a bad hand or didn't draw what you want to scoop, go to the next game. Not a big deal, brother. Not a big deal, my friend. No friend of mine. Well, I guess it's story time. If my opponent's gonna rope us, I'll go on a tangent about a story. He's changed his mind. Maybe he's not gonna rope us. Okay, he is. Okay, so story time after all. So I work with a bunch of electricians, right? We're part of a union, and the union is called the Brotherhood. So, very typical thing in the Brotherhood is call each other brother. Morning, brother. How you doing, brother? And then this old boy, won't say any names, but I love this guy, a good old guy. And he wasn't getting along with one of the young guys, one of the foremen, that was like, telling him what to do and stuff. Like, it's his boss in the pecking order. And one time we say, yo, buddy, what do you think of that guy? We know he didn't like him. He just crosses his arms and goes, no brother of mine. This is like one of the funniest lines ever. Such a sour old dog. So, it was unfortunate to attack the fairy for 6 last turn, but I think it's worth doing. If we don't attack that Teferi for 6, he draws a card, he gets closer to his board wipe. Potentially is disastrous. It would have been better for us if he -2'd it, because then we would Cathar. Brutal Cathar, that is. But for now, we'll just deal with the Planeswalkers, stop his life gain. Board state's clear, and then we have 2 mana for Cathar Commando. So what does he have? 4, 5, 6 mana up? I think Cathar Commando now, and then we'll see. I expect it to be Wandering Emperor, but it might be lethal even if it is. Let's go and try to smash into him. Put a +1 on one of those. It is the Emperor. Surely he gets rid of the Lord before combat damage.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
No, he goes for the Cathar Commando? So he must have a soul partition for the veteran? Leyline of the Binding, okay. Right, because it's a domain deck. We figured that out early, but don't see this card played enough to like make it, obvious to me. So yeah, that happens. We get in for 5/6, opponent down to 2. I won't cast anything. Opponent can make a 1/1. That's not going to cut it. Instead of playing into a board wipe and potentially running out of gas, we'll leave 4 mana to Recruitment Officer. We know opponent's gassed out as well. He's got 1 card in hand. And there you go. Rewarded for patience. Now, even if it is a Wandering Emperor, I think we got him. GG, boys. Alright. We keep 2 landers, even though we're on the play, and 2 lands is typically not enough. We're playing aggro for once, which is fun, and does operate well on 2 lands. Though a 3rd land would make us quite happy. I wonder what opponent's thinking. Do I play my Commando or do I play my removal spell? That must have been it. We'll play the Valiant Veteran pre-combat. Get the extra point of damage in. That'll incentivize him to kill the Valiant Veteran right now, which might stop him from playing a good 2-drop that gets an extra counter. If the opponent gets it both ways, he gets a creature and kill the veteran. Probably kill. And we'll play this pre-combat, force him to cast his removal spell now. There it is. And I don't think we're looking at trading the Recruitment Officer for the Epicure. So we'll just pass the turn. Would like another land here. There we go. Another land. let's get rid of the Epicure, because it'll come back as a 1/1. And attack with both. Opponent could trade with the Officer, that's okay. We care about killing the Etching of Commando more than the Epicure. We didn't want the other trade, but this trade is valuable because if a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you control would die, exile it. And that makes Siege Veteran not trigger. So it's important to remove that. Opponent takes a turn off to play a Mechanized Warfare. Very well. We'll take the turn to grow Thalia or the Cathar. Maybe the Thalia. We don't want to incentivize him too much to kill the Cathar, because that will get him a creature back. Adversary pays the extra 3. He has to play with fire. So what does he kill? The Cathar anyways? Wait, what did he cast? He didn't cast anything with the extra mana? Did I just blank out for a second and not see what he did? I don't know, man. Whatever. We're on 14. One does have 2 cards in hand and 5 mana, but I was going to say, I think we're safe to swing out. We're not too worried about his attacks. Man, we lost some ranks there, but that's okay. We'll come back up. On the up and up. Hey, everybody. Time for a quick pause in the aggro. We're making some deck changes. I crafted the 4th Siege Veteran I was missing, and I brought in Guardian of New Benalia, and I took out the 2 copies of Bereaved Survivor I was playing. I had a couple games where even when Bereaved Survivor did its thing, it just wasn't impactful enough. Plus the fact that at 3 mana, it comes in and doesn't do anything until a creature dies. It often kind of just flops and it's easy to play around. So up a Siege Veteran, up a Guardian of New Benalia, down 2 copies of Bereaved Survivor, and that'll be the deck list that I post in the video, the new updated one. I've already tried it out a little bit. It seems much better. So let's hurry up and sprint to Mythic. So we've got our new and improved deck list. New and improved. We're going to keep this hand. It's a 3-lander with a nice curve. Don't even need to draw anything to fill it up. It's beautiful. Opponent on Bant. Okay. Interesting. Could be Planeswalkers, could be Control. Probably Control. These are both planes. Alright. Let's play a Siege Veteran. We'll pop the counter onto the Frontliner and get in for 2. Hopefully opponent doesn't have too much more cheap removal to stabilize himself. A Silex. Okay. So that for X destroys each non-land permanent with X or less. Okay. So it is destroy. So that's fine. We're going to play Siege Veteran. We're going to spread the counters out. 1 on the Veteran, 1 on the Frontliner. Attack for 7. Very aggressive, very fast. And it's kind of board wipe protection too, because if the Silex goes, we're going to get 4 1/1s. It looks like the Silex isn't going to pop until next turn. Oh no, we could pop it, right? Yeah, just X, so it just costs 3 to do. You should do it on my turn. Oh, it's activate only as a sorcery. I don't see the card often enough to know what I'm talking about. So the draw we want is the Lord. Valiant Veteran. That would be best. We don't hit it. I think we're still gonna press opponent hard. If he has another removal spell, then we lose. Another board wipe, I mean. The removal isn't gonna cut it here. But at least by playing Thalia, he needs a land to be able to depopulate. Are we gonna play this guy out? I don't think we need to, right? Well, if he removes Thalia, we're gonna put him to 1 if we don't put him out. So we will put him out after all. Opponent would need a second board wipe in the top 13 cards of his deck. If he's playing mono board wipes, I guess that's a pretty good counter to mono white weenie. Alright. First win since the deck change, and we are at plat for 3 wins. Let's grind. I'm pretty happy with the deck upgrade. I think it's already shown that it was worth it. I'm gonna keep this hand. Looks good. We're against mono red, alright. Yeah, last game we had 2 siege veterans. When we did just craft one of them. Or a 4th cop anyways. So having the 2 made it so that the board wipe left us 4 1/1s, and that was massive. Really, really game changing. Opponent's super fast out of the gate right now. I think I have to not block just yet and wait till I have some potential trades. I think I'm going to start with a Thalia next. And the frontliner is just going to sit around uselessly for now. And opponent with a lightning strike for 3. Okay. Need a 1-drop or 1-mana spell. We hit a land, not ideal. We're going to do... I think Thalia again. The first strike is great against the Commando. And then if he does have the removal, he's got to pay 1 extra mana. He has it again. It didn't matter whether we played the Lord or not. No blocks once again. And Myrel. Myrel too good. We have to play it if you have it. Might have to chump 3 damage here if he attacks with both. Kind of scary. Devastator for 4. Disgusting, man. Disgusting. Alright. So, we lose, right? We got nothing to do, but we get to make a bunch of tokens and see our board get really huge before we die. Myrel makes 4 1/1s, or 2 2s. Good game, man. Those games are gonna happen no matter what. Let's keep trying. A bit of a painful loss to mono red there, but that mono red deck is so hard to beat when they're on the play. They're just fast as heck. This is the card you need to beat them. When you're up against mono red on the play, you need to lay down arms early. Seems like we can't have it against mono red, but we will have it against control. Unfortunate. Attack for 2, no stick, so we'll play the Sungold Sentinel. What does he have? Vanishing Slash, okay. Why did he kill that one? Oh, it's only tapped creatures, I see. He had to kill that one. I think we're gonna go Siege Veteran. I think it's highest upside. Put a counter on the Sentinel. Exile that. Get in for 4. Opponent plays a land and passes, leaves up the Emperor. Ye old Emperor. I'm gonna play Myrel pre-combat. Make him have to spend mana, and then the Emperor will be unavailable to cast. Then attack, and if he doesn't counter it, then I'll just pass. It's too important to protect the board state. You can't allow opponent to exile my stuff. Oh, okay, so no Emperor. So I don't know why he would do that. He could have stopped me from attacking this turn. But we're gonna attack for 7. And we get to get rid of the Deluge from the graveyard. Little misplay from opponent. And now he Emperors on his own turn.
Anyone who harms my people,
5, 6, 7. I think it's almost lethal.
I am almost
Another veteran off the top would be lethal. No. Play the veteran before combat so that we make an extra soldier when Myrel attacks. And do we want to kill the Emperor or put him to 1? Kill him? Kill the Emperor, put him to 1. What's bigger here? This is actually an important decision. Or like if he has the board wipe next turn, then we're just sad we didn't kill the Emperor. And I think having the board wipe is the only way he's back into this game. So we will kill the Emperor.
I'll be back.
Maybe I should keep this Plains in hand, so we'll never really need more than 4 mana. If I draw the Guardian of New Benalia, which is just a 1-of in the deck, but still, we want discard sources for her, give her indestructible. That's kind of the only application I think keeping lands in hand is good for in this deck. We got him. Nice, nice. Let's keep going. A couple more games. Back to plat 3, or back to 3 wins. Let's have some good games. This is a good draw. We'll definitely keep it. Evolved Sleeper. There it is. If I had more wild cards, I think I'd play around with Evolved Sleeper and Mono Black. I think that deck is pretty solid. No blocks. Don't pumps them anyways. Still a stick there. It's another sleeper, okay. So let's go for damage. We'll attack for 2. Opponent goes to 18. And then next turn, does he pump his sleeper? Or does he just hard kill the veteran with removal? Probably attacks with the mana up, make it so I can't block. Yep. Opponent playing properly, this is exactly the highest upside play. That's good, he's pumping mana to one of the sleepers. We will remove that one this turn. With the double spell, and we're going to do it like this. Lay down arms first, and now that we've cast a non-creature, we will tax all other non-creatures from this point on. Get in for 5. And that was a massive turn for us. The board state before and after that last turn, hugely different. Draw a second Cathar. Wow. Our deck is in a good mood. Get rid of that. We'll attack and we'll put the +1 on the veteran. So we don't want to lose our lord. Opponent says, I'll take 8, and goes down to 8. He plays another Shieldred. We have another Cathar. We love that. And I think it's lethal. But I'm not going to do the math. I'm just going to attack. I do think it is lethal. Opponent scoops. GG. Let's go next. Let's see a good hand. What do we think? I think it's fine. A little bit of counter-intuitive synergy with Lay Down Arms and Thalia, but if we draw another 1-drop, that's great. If we draw a land, that's great. Thalia, that's not great. We already had one of those. And we're up against mono red on the play again, but they did mull once. And at least we're going to be able to get rid of that Phoenix chick. But I think we're going to hold off on doing that. First we're going to block the Commando at instant speed with Cathar Commando. And then we'd love to hit a land off the top. We need a land right now. God, please don't have a shock. Nice. So we take 4. Please a land. Please game a land. A land, a land, a land. We need it. Yes. God is good. So we'll get rid of that. Play the Thalia. The Frontliner is a horrible blocker right now, so we'll attack with him again. I know it's not much, but he has attacked for 2. Something. Yeah, we'll Definitely not take 2 damage. Opponent gets to look at 2 cards. Finds an Ancestral Anger. They play that on his next turn after the Commando flips. But decides he wants a land. It's up until your next turn, right? Until your end of your next turn, yeah. He could have done that. So let's... do we attack with both? What could he have that removes Myrel? It would be 2 removal spells. So let's attack. Do 4 damage, cast Myrel, and then if he has 2 removal spells for Myrel, he's only getting in for 2. But if he has Ancestral Angers, he gets in. It's over. Alright. I think that puts us to 1 more win. Yeah, 1 more win and we rank up. Let's get it. Okay. We're going to mull this one for sure. Opponent goes first. 4 lands. No, that's bad. 2 lands, but 3/2 drops. We put back one of these. I think that's good. 2/2 drops, I mean. We definitely want to keep these 3. So we're going to put back the Myrel or the Siege Veteran. Unfortunately, I think it'll be Myrel. We have a pretty good chance of drawing 1 more land, but not a great chance of drawing 2 more lands. So, Myrel, just because she's more expensive. Opponent on Legends. Legends or Control. Okay. Let's just put the Thalia down right away. Tax him, since we don't have any non-creatures. What is he going to do next? Probably just draw a card. Okay. Unfortunately, no lands. Glad we put Myrel back at this point. He has a 3-mana Gopher Throat. It resolves. Get in for another 2 and we'll cast Cathar Commando on his turn. We'd like to see a shielded, I suppose. We could Brutal Cathar it. But in response, he crews the Bankbuster. All hypothetical anyways, none of that stuff is happening. Just rambling. I sure do ramble a lot. Guess that's an okay draw. We could cast it. What does he got? Another removal spell. Well, in response, we're gonna destroy the Bankbuster. And in response to my response, he'll draw. And we get in for another 2. MVP Recruitment Officer. 2 damage per turn. Yeah, we've got a clock, ladies and gentlemen. Recruitment Officer. Kill opponent in the next 7 turns. Folks, okay. Keep our officer since he's our MVP. There's a land. Better late than never, I suppose. Let's double spell. Put down the Guardian and attack with the Frontliner. The opponent has another Invoke. Now do we sack the Recruitment Officer after everything he's done for us? It's not Invoke, not yet anyways. We're gonna pass with 4 mana up. That's scary business. Let's play a Siege Veteran. If he has removal, he'll be incentivized to cast it now. And let's put the counter on the Guardian. Since it can protect itself, opponent goes to draw. Come on, I want this win. And let's enlist the Recruitment Officer. So it's the same amount of damage, but we get to scry 2. I think 1 land's okay, right? We want to play Myrel. Or do we want no lands and just cast Brutal Cathar next turn if he has a threat? No, I think 1 land's okay. Happy to have scried 1 away. Gets in for 5. Opponent down to 5. And we're pretty much anti-board wipe here. If he tries to blow the board, this gets itself indestructible, and this makes a 1/1 from the recruitment dying. 3, 4. What is the opponent gonna do? That's 7 mana. It could be... Oh, it's corrupt. So that'll gain him some solid life. Gain 6 life. This is a swamp, technically. So it's mono black corrupt. Oh, man, we're gonna lose our Myrel. We left the land on top for the Myrel specifically. Does he remember that I scryed? If he remembers that I scryed one at the top, he might know there's a land. Yeah, he figures it out. Alright. Unfortunate. We're gonna play out a Cathar and hold the land. I'm gonna enlist again. Get that valuable scry. And now... I'm just gonna play a shielded eventually, right? I don't even know if I want lay down arms. I might just want more action here. Let's put them both down. We'll play the planes for turn anyways. There could be a time when we want to dump mana into Recruitment Officer and have more plays. We might start flooding out, I don't know. I think it's fine to play the land. Opponent knows that we have just a Cathar in hand, which deals with shielded or whatever. Mono black, so I think a mono black control deck. More than mid-range, I would say, since we haven't seen any creatures. We knew that one was gonna be around. And what do we draw? A Lord? I think a Lord is lethal. Okay. Get to double spell. Or we could pass the turn and make the Cathar flip. Let's do this. Let's go combat. He has to kill this before combat, otherwise I'm going to do the shenanigans. Okay, shenanigans on. Enlist. We're going to enlist the Cathar. Hit the Scry 2 again. So much value. And a Myrel. Okay. We'll leave it there. And does opponent block a 5/5? Kind of has to, right? But if he doesn't, he's going to gain... Oh yeah, okay, he's going to crew and then block. Fair enough. And we'll discard the Recruitment Officer. Yeah. Opponent gets his draw. Gain some life. Bankbuster's dead. Let's pass the turn. Oh, wait a second. Myrel's not 3 or less, which means we can't actually activate. At least I realize now before later. I want to draw the Myrel next turn, so I'm gonna cast this. Damn, punished. Alright. I was thinking, if I just pass the turn, then the Cathar flips over, and then I could double spell and flip it back. But then I was thinking, I can't double spell because Myrel's 4 mana, and I really want to cast that. So then I won't have mana for anything else. So I was thinking, well, at least I could do 4 and get something else to my hand. But then I don't get Myrel because it'll put it on the bottom. So all that thinking for nothing. And we'll just have to see if opponent is out of gas or not. We'll play our Myrel. Pass the turn. Cycles a land, draws, gains a life, 2 life. Looking good for opponent here. Gains another 2 life. Earlier I put a laydown arms on the bottom, and that was the right play. Because if you look at our lands, we're still on 4 lands, but only 3 are plains. Opponent deals 7 directly to Myrel, gains another 7 life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have been had. Damn. Take 7. Down to 5, then down to 3 on the draw. Brutal Cathar. Good man. We'll do that. Get rid of that. I want to scry so badly, but then if I scry, that's going to leave me to have to block with the Cathar. That's going to get back. Undeclare. Okay, just attack. Gotta leave this one to block. Can't afford to give opponent shielded back. So we miss out on scry this turn. That's okay. Potentially, we could still win this. It's gonna rely on opponent having a few dead draws. Never really want to count on opponent messing up in order to win, but sometimes you have to. That's where we're at right now. Block like this and take 2. Can't pump that, right? Can't pump itself. Opponent pays 2 life to draw a card. That seems fair. Have to draw something off the top or we're dead. Damn it, we are dead. Can we afford to just pass the turn? And I don't know. Maybe opponent still drew no removal. If he unearths and attacked with the Foundry, we still have 2 blockers here. Alright, we can't cast spells for the rest of the game. Alright. Dream away, my friend, dream away. That's a good game now for sure. Can't cast spells to the end of the game. Maybe opponent will just use Tenacious Underdog till he's dead. If I attack with anything, I'm gonna lose, right? No, I can't attack. I could go like this and then discard a card to not take 5 damage, and then get in for 3. No, not for 3, because we want the Guardian to block the 2/2 land. So we'll attack with the Cathar. Opponent has so many cards that just win the game. Tenacious Underdog from hand. Invoking Despair, Corrupt. I really wanted that win because we're 1 win away, but hey, we're gonna get it. Just a couple games away. That's gonna be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. We're gonna sprint to Mythic with this deck. Cheers.